What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Happy Friday to you all. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a great Friday. I didn't realize I had scheduled this for 8:45, child. We in here. We're gonna go ahead and go at 8:30. So let me say hi to everybody so we can get into this. What's up, Lemon Kush? Audacity to Hope. Hey. What's up, L Love? Lemon Kush, little baby. What's up, Retro? Hey. Lady V, what's going on? Hey, Below. Sharice Woods. Thank you for coming back, Below. Some of y'all were in my interview earlier. Thank y'all for coming back. Hey, Cindy. That picture of the bishop is scary. Child. What's up, Diane? How you doing, my love? Hey, Cool Gamer. And the people that's up in the bushes, do me a favor when y'all come in. If y'all could do me a couple of things. One, please hit that like button. Y'all know how that goes. I was already live earlier. You know, every time you go live, that notification gets slower and slower. So if y'all can hit that notification, please, and thank you. Share the video. You know what I'm saying? Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a kin. Shout out to my members that are lit up in green. Thank you guys for being here so much. Hey Brittany, what's up, Khadijah? Hey Tracy, what's up, my love? Endura. I said Endura. Endora. Thank you. She said done. Thank you so much. Now I have pinned a YouTube channel up there. So we are here to talk about the bishop. Now, if y'all are sick of hearing about the bishop, then I don't know why you clicked on the video because that was the title. It say the bishop. But if you're sick of talking about him, I understand. Go on to click out. Come on back next time. It's all good. But that's what we're talking about today, okay? There was an article that dropped today. I think it's in the New York Daily. I'll get because I have the actual article, I'll tell you. But and it outlines the fact that Arthur Miller's family, it goes deeper into Arthur Miller's family being very upset with Lamore Whitehead and what he has done as it relates to their father, their family member, because some father, uncle, cousin, whatever, brother. So if you guys remember, we read the article that came out, what was it, maybe about 2 weeks ago now, that outlined Bishop Whitehead's relationship to the mayor, right? And in that article, it spoke on the family's issues, Arthur Miller's family's issues with the bishop. Now, for those of you that are sitting here going, who is Arthur Miller? What are you talking about? Arthur Miller is the man that the bishop says is his father. He has, every time you listen to him, child, he tells that story every time he can. Every chance he tells that story. Do you remember the TV show James at 15, the actor who portrayed that character? I don't remember that show, James at 15. I don't know that show. I'm sorry, I don't know that show. The papers are on his neck. So, but I'll look it up. Thanks for letting me know. But I don't know that show. I have to go look it up. But in that article, so he always says that Arthur Miller was his father. Now, Arthur Miller was a businessman and an activist in New York, a grassroots activist in New York who was killed by the New York City Police Department back in 1978. It was a very popular, not popular, that's not the word I want to use. It was a very well-known, very well-known incident that happened during that time. It sparked protests, and his name still garners a lot of respect in the Brooklyn area, specifically the neighborhood where he was very influential in helping out. So Bishop Whitehead has said that this man is his father. Okay, so that's laying the foundation. So I'm gonna read you guys this article, and then I'm gonna give you guys some other information. And the reason why I have tagged A Gift and a Curse podcast on YouTube, she has a YouTube channel. I'll tell you guys that. Abby, I know you might not be here the whole time, but Abby or Tracy, don't let me forget to explain why I have tagged her, why she's posted there, okay? All right, now let me pull up this article, honey. I'm gonna pull up this article. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I hate I open up my email and then it's like 20 things there, and it's nothing, child. Anyway, All right. Where is the article? I emailed it to myself earlier. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. Here it is right here. Okay. Nope, not that one. Here it is right here. Okay. Shout out, be emailing myself articles all the time. Stuff when I see it and I don't have time to read it, I just email it so I don't lose it. All right. So this is coming from the Daily News. Now, I'm going to let y'all know that I pay for a subscription to this magazine / newspaper just so I can bring y'all this information, just so y'all know how much I love y'all and how dedicated I am to us roasting this man on a regular basis. I bought a subscription to this magazine. This, I don't know if it's a newspaper magazine that I probably ain't never going to read again. But they be on the bishop's neck. And so I figured it was a good investment, at least until he go to jail for permanently. They going to be on his neck. So they probably going to have more articles. So I went on and invested. But just so y'all know, this wasn't a free article. Okay. Okay. The only Arthur Miller I know is a writer who married Marilyn Monroe. The Sun Queen is making my. What's up, nephew? And not in the way you like it. What's up, bro? Hey, Jonathan. What's up, bro? I may be coming through your way. I'll let you know. I may be coming through your way next month. No, maybe March. Because I think I'm gonna be driving to Atlanta in March. So I'll be coming through that way. I may spend the night in Durham. So I'll let you know. I'll let you know. All right, maybe we can meet up for dinner or something like that. I'll let you know. All right. So let's get into this article. Hey, Sunkiss, what's going on, you guys? It's 57 people in the chat. Shout out to the 57 people. If y'all can please make sure you've hit the like button, and if you share it out, that'd be great too. You know, we're trying to get to 1,000 over here. 10,000 K over here. The Daily News is the main newspaper in New York City, was more credible than the New York Post. Well, they made me pay for this article, but it's okay. Like I said, it's all good. It wasn't expensive. I mean, it wasn't expensive. Oh, child, hold on, y'all. They making me log in. See, told y'all that they making me log in. Hold on, let me log in. I'm glad I ain't put this up on the screen. Y'all can't be seeing my login and stuff, child. Hold on, let me log in, child. They serious about this. What? Hold on, y'all. It's saying that my password ain't valid. I just set it up today. I know my password is valid, child. Maybe I did that password. Is that okay? That's the one I used. Okay. Oh, child. Now they asking for more information. Good Lord. All right. Okay. Okay. Now we back to the article. They had pulled the article up and then they put that I had to log in. Okay. Because I had done it from my phone, so I guess it didn't recognize my computer. All right. So this article dropped today. So this is fresh off the press, January the 27th, at 10:53 a.m. Okay. One reason Mayor Adams offered for maintaining his friendship with Lamar Whitehead, the Brooklyn preacher charged with extortion and wire fraud last month, is the fact that the man Whitehead called his father is Arthur Miller. Hold on. Y'all want me to share the screen? Y'all want to see the article as I'm reading it? Okay, hold on. Let me share the screen. I hope I ain't going to get in trouble for sharing the screen. You think I'm going to get in trouble for sharing the screen? Since I had to pay for the article, what y'all think? You think they have a problem with that? Child, they won't know. Let's share the screen, child. So that way I won't look crazy while I'm reading it. Y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay. Where'd it go? Okay, here it is right here. All right, here we go. Okay. All right. Miller, a businessman and community leader, died at the hands of NYPD officers in 1978 when Whitehead was an infant. And Adams has suggested it's that tragedy which led him to take Bishop Lord, which led him to take the Brooklyn Bishop pastor under his wings years ago. I kept losing my place. The bishop lost his dad, Arthur Miller was his name, during a police incident. Adams, a former New York police detective, New York Police Department captain, said last year, I've always maintained relationships with people who've gone through traumatic experiences. My goal is to mentor people who go through crisis. But one woman is questioning Adams' mentorship of Whitehead, a controversial figure whose relationship with Adams has puzzled political observers for years. And child, there he go, child. Lolisa Miller Bradford, the youngest daughter of Arthur Miller and his wife Florence, is skeptical of Whitehead's assertion that he's her half brother. She says her father didn't sign Whitehead's birth certificate and didn't include Whitehead in his will. She also called Adams' mentoring into question, telling the mayor it's not working. She said it ain't working. He said, whatever mentoring you do, it ain't working, sir. I'm sorry. Okay. She said it's not working. After one of several contentious phone calls and social media exchanges Miller Bradford says she's had with Whitehead over the years. This is your mentee, the man that you stand behind and support, Miller Bradford wrote in a 2020 text message to Adams that she showed the news after she says Whitehead went on a Facebook rant against her and her family. I hope you're proud of his behavior. Her blunt assessment is the latest wrinkle in the saga of Mayor Adams and Bishop Whitehead, who was robbed of a child. We don't care about that. And whose legal issues include a December 22 arrest on federal charges for extortion. Okay, we know that. We already talked about that too. While Adams described the allegations as troubling, he's yet to distance himself completely from his old friend. When Miller Bradford first spoke with Whitehead decades ago, she said he claimed to be her half brother. According to her, Whitehead told her he'd learned of settlement money the family received from Miller's death and asked the family to help him buy a Toyota Camry. I said that was impossible, she said. I told him he literally is out of his mind. Miller Bradford said she challenged Whitehead to take a DNA test to prove his claim and that he hung up the phone on her, an exchange that the New Yorker reported, and that was in the article that we read last week or the week before last. And it was also confirmed by Miller Bradford by the Daily News. So they confirmed that did happen. Now, in the New Yorker, they said that they even offered to fly him down to Florida, where they were living at the time, so he could take the DNA test. So it wasn't like they totally was like, boy, you crazy. They were like, all right, prove it. Like, if you, listen, if you, I'm going to get back to that. But if you the daddy, I mean, if he your daddy, but just prove it. Whitehead says she's lying and suggested that the news set up a DNA test to prove Miller is his dad. So now you're willing to take a DNA test if the newspaper does it? Sir, bye. His lawyer, Brian Ponder, declined to comment on whether Miller's name appears on Whitehead's birth certificate, and Whitehead did not respond to an inquiry regarding the document. Efforts to reach Whitehead's mother were unsuccessful. Hold on, let me come back to the chat. Let me read what y'all saying before I keep going. Oh, y'all laughing. Okay, ain't nobody saying nothing. Okay, hold on. All right, I just want to make sure I'm not missing any comments. Y'all know how y'all get to talking in the chat. Okay. She's a liar, Whitehead said of Miller Bradford. I know who my father is. Do you though? I mean, really, do you? As a teenager, Arthur Miller came from the Bahamas to Brooklyn, where he'd eventually owned several businesses and served as head of a neighborhood watch group. On June 14, 1978, Miller's brother Sam was stopped by two New York NYPD police officers trying to serve a summons for failing to pick up debris. Really? A summons for failing to pick up trash? The cops told him he was driving with the suspended license as well. Sam Miller protested and fled, drawing more cops to the scene. Arthur Miller also showed up and came with a licensed handgun in his waistband. Police restrained him with a nightstick across his throat, with witnesses describing foam gushing from his mouth and his feet poking from a police car window as it cruised away. Miller's death sparked several anti-police protests in his Crown Heights neighborhood. Miller Bradford's daughter was only 8 years old at the time. After not hearing from Whitehead for years, Miller Bradford recalled receiving a call from him in 2014, after she had raised concern with a local TV station about a story set to air on Whitehead and her father. Miller Bradford said she was opposed to the story airing and that the call with the bishop grew heated. So they gave us a little background on the father. Once again, we've kind of heard this story before, but they're giving us a little bit more information. And she said that after the initial, I want the DNA, test, and he went away, then she starts getting phone calls about this program in her father's honor, but none of the family was invited to the program. It was just Bishop Whitehead gonna be there. Okay. The family wasn't invited to this program. Okay. She started getting calls from the media asking her about this program, but she wasn't invited. Her family wasn't invited. Miller Bradford said that during the call, Whitehead told her he was going to F me up, a claim the bishop denies. Not long after the call with Whitehead, she said Adams reached out to speak with her as well. He told me my father was such a great man, she recalled, adding that Adams promised to support the foundation her family was planning to start in Miller's honor and to present her mother with a proclamation in his capacity as borough president. Adams said that he never followed up, and that has left a bad taste in her mouth to this day. Now she says all she wants from him is to set his mentee straight. I'm not asking you for money. I'm not asking you for a donation. I'm not asking you to sign nothing. She said, all I'm asking you to do is get your protege in check, and just ask him to please leave us alone. That's it. Miller Bradford said that while Adams shared his cell phone number and told her to reach out anytime, the mayor never responded when she tried to contact him after Whitehead wrote a Facebook tirade directed at her and her family in 2020. So this is directly from his Facebook. So this is not somebody putting words in his mouth. And this is what he wrote. I am Bishop Lamore Miller Whitehead. Sir, you don't get to just add. You don't get to add Miller. You don't, sir. You don't get to just say you Miller. I mean, I guess technically you can change your name to whatever you want, but you don't just get to insert Miller Whitehead into that. You don't. Okay. Not Arthur Miller, he wrote. Don't let that go over your head. Hashtag all of you hating Millers. So I will give you a little shine, but I'm really cutting off your lights, he continued. Now I will step off on you clowns. Sir, let's ask ourselves the question, who is the clown in this conversation? Who's the clown? Who's the clown? In her text to Adams following that post, Miller Bradford said, I and my family will not accept this harassment or threats. Miller Bradford said Adams again failed to respond to her 6 months later when she contacted him after she had a heated exchange with Whitehead in which she told him she couldn't support his claims of being Miller's son without any proof. When the news asked Whitehead if the mayor ever contacted him about Miller Bradford, he said no. Adams declined to respond through a spokesperson or a spokesman. The entire ordeal has left Miller Bradford both exasperated and ambivalent. She told the news she would have been open to entertaining Whitehead's claim that he's her half brother, but that over the years he's been so disagreeable she now just wants to be left alone. It's about who you are as a person and how you treated us, she said of Whitehead. That's why we don't want anything to do with him. Leave us alone. That's all I'm asking. I have nothing against Whitehead. I don't know him, and to be very honest with you, I feel sorry for him. I do. I feel sorry for him. So that article like I said, that article dropped today. Let me come back over here to the chat. He's such an unnecessary human being. Whitehead is the clown all day, Mama. I don't know who to daddy is. I think he's a Smith, a Johnson, or a Miller. Right. So let me say this. The reason why I tagged A Gift and a Curse podcast is because so for those who do not know who she is, remember back in what was it, August, when those two women visited his church and he grabbed that one woman by the back of her neck, and y'all remember that incident. The young lady who runs the podcast, A Gift and a Curse podcast, she was the second young lady. Okay. So she was, hey, Chef Amber, how you doing, my love? She was the second young lady that was with him. That was with her. So she has been on Whitehead's neck almost since the beginning of the situation. She lives in Brooklyn. She's in that area. And so I don't know if she knew who he was before all of this, or she just, but she been on his neck. Okay. So yeah, Shanvir. I hope I said that right. I'm going to get to that in a second. So she actually interviewed the sister, and the sister pretty much confirms or repeats a lot of what was in the article. And so y'all know how I am. I'm gonna tell y'all, go over there if y'all want to listen. She talks to the interview is about, it's about 2 hours, but there's some good information in there. I ain't gonna lie, say I listened to the whole thing. I listened to most of it. And there's some good information in there. She also brings on her aunt, Arthur Miller's sister. So she's able to speak as well. So I'm gonna just give y'all a couple of highlights. Now, y'all know how we do over here. Y'all go on over there and y'all check her out. Make sure y'all let her know I sent you. Okay, that's how we do over here, down to the YouTube when we support each other. Let them know Really B said come and check you out. Put it in her comments or what have you. That's what y'all did with Pam. And me, Pam, cool now. You see Pam that came over to the platform. She was giving us all the Tory Lands. Meg the Stallion T, honey. You see how that works? You building your YouTube community. So when y'all go over there, please and thank you. Do me a favor. Just let her know that I sent you. Okay, you guys. FYI, Really B, the t-shirt, hair, and lip you are giving that. Thank you, T Jones. This shirt says I only vibe with queens. And this is actually from the website of Empowered Tees that one of you guys won for the 12 days of Christmas. You want a t-shirt from them? Yes, it says I only vibe with queens. Thank you so much, my love. Thank you. So I'm gonna just give you a couple of highlights from what I heard. But again, y'all know I never give y'all everything because I want y'all to go and check it out. I pinned it at the top of the chat. Is it pinned at the top of the chat, y'all? If you go all the way to the top of the chat, you should see it's called A Gift and a Curse. Hold on, I'll put it in the chat again. Hold on. A gift. And like I said, she stays on his neck, okay? And whatever he done to her child, she stay on his neck, okay? Let me make sure. Yeah, that's it right there. So that's the link to her channel, you guys. It's pinned at the top, but I just put it in the chat again. So when we get off of here, y'all go check it out if y'all want more in-depth details. So some of what she said, and when she talked to the sister, some of what she said was that Whitehead first, when he got out of jail, he went and visited the mother, Arthur Miller's wife, the woman he was married to. And he once again went to try to be part of the family, right? Tried to be part of the family. And once again, he was told, if you bring back some proof, just bring us some proof, then we will, like, again, if you were his, no woman wants to think about their husband fathering a child outside of their marriage. But it sounds like her thing was, I just need proof. Like, you're not going to just walk up and off the street and say, that's your daddy, and I'm going to say, okay. But if you bring me some proof, then I just got to deal with what I got to deal with, right? She said they never saw him again. He never came back, right? His name is not on the birth certificate. Her father's name is not on the birth certificate. They said the only thing he's been able to show them is a picture from his christening with that, and Arthur Miller was actually at his christening. That's the only thing they've been able to show, that he's been able to really show them. And to that, I say this: if he was a community leader and he was somebody that was out in the neighborhoods like that, and out in the community like that, it's clear that your mother was a single mom in 1978, right? And again, the stigma wasn't as bad in 1978 as it might have been in 68 or 58, but it still was a stigma. Maybe he was there as part of community, like, as they're like, you invite people from the community or something. Him being at your christening don't mean he your daddy. And I still would need to see the picture, because where he positioned is, you know what I'm saying? Like, just because he was in attendance doesn't mean he your daddy. And again, they've offered a DNA test at least twice to you, sir. At least twice. Moving on. Um, just like she's in the article, she again repeated the story about him calling and cussing her out when she didn't want the newspaper, because the newspaper was going to run the story, and she told the newspaper, don't we do not want to be connected with this man, my father. We do not. So she told the newspaper to do not. I said to do not, Lord. She told the newspaper not to run with that story, or they were going to sue them. They told the newspaper, y'all, she didn't say, I don't remember which newspaper it was, but she told them, y'all run with this story about this man being my father's child, we're going to sue y'all. And when I guess the newspaper decided not to run the story and told him, so then he called her and cussed her out. Okay. She says that all he knows is what he's been able to Google. He doesn't know anything personal about her father. Every time he tells a story, it's the same story that you could read in the newspaper. Now, to his defense, which, I can't believe I said that. But to his defense, child, the boy was only a couple of weeks old. So he would only know what people told him. But it is interesting that, can he talk about, like, did your mother share with you personal stories about her relationship with this man? I mean, was it a relationship? Was it a oops? Was it a one and done? Was it a long-term affair? Like, you were an infant and you only know what people have told you, but how did your mother speak on about this man? Y'all know what I'm saying? She said all he can tell us is the same thing you can Google. And that's curious to them as well. Now the aunt got on the call because it was a phone call. The aunt got on the call and she said, listen, she first tried to say, he couldn't have done. Child, you don't know what people will do. But what she did say was, she lived directly across the street from him and his mother. She said, I could be on my front porch and look at their house. Like, we were right across the street from each other. She said, so something like that, nobody ever heard of. It wasn't a rumor mill. There was no, you know who that little boy belonged to, right? You know, that's Miller child. Like, there was no rumblings in the neighborhood. There were no, he belonged to him, he belonged to her. It was none of that, she said. And so, again, they find that very curious that there was no, no neighborhood gossip. This man was a neighborhood, like, celebrity. And his death, you saw his death sparked protests. And you mean to tell me that it was never a conversation? It was never y'all know how we do. Y'all know how we do. It was never a, so you know who that boy is, right? You know who boy he is, right? She said it was none of that. And the other thing that they find curious is, why did it take him until he was an adult for him to reach out to them, right? Sunkiss said the chat. Oh Lord, the chat. Y'all cutting up. Okay, hold on. Let me read this chat. Y'all cutting up in the chat. Okay, that's where he gets the story from. The man was just in the neighborhood. If we're claiming daddies, I can be mine. T. Jones, okay. He could pawn one of those suits for DNA. Y'all are cutting up in this chat. Not Mr. Miller could be his godfather, not father. Perhaps that's why Whitehead would not take a DNA test. Now, you know what, Audrey? That could be it. Maybe the mother asked him to be the godfather. Maybe that's why he was at the christening. But, baby, there's a difference between godfather and father, okay? Child, honey. Oh, now there was a transaction. Papa was a Rolling Stone. He should just understand these people wanting DNA, but we're not talking about a rational human being. Right. Not his mama was for the streets, though. Oh, y'all are cutting up. My mama's dad didn't sign her birthday either, but 23andMe connected her to his family. My grandma is still a little Did you just call your grandmama that? Oh my God. You did not. Oh, that's why I don't need to read the chat. She said my grandmama is still a little thottish. I cannot with y'all. Oh my God. G. Smith, I am done with you tonight. Let me get myself together. Oh God, let me get myself together. I was not ready for that. Oh, I wasn't ready. No, I wasn't. Oh Jesus, my man. Yeah, I wasn't ready for that. Don't do that with me no more. She said my grandmama's still a little thottish. Don't do that. Don't, don't y'all do that. All right, let me get it together. Oh my God, I got tears. Okay, let me get myself together. Okay. Reboot said we need more likes. Now, after that laugh that G Smith just gave us, I know it's 120 people in the chat. Shout out to the 120 people. I hope I have at least 100 likes. Can I get 100 likes, please, and thank you. Oh Jesus. Okay, let me finish scrolling. Sun Kiss, y'all listen. Y'all are giving Sun Kiss a fit over there. Oh, his mama was a lady of the night and could read. She picked. You know what? What's up, two geeks? We late, but hello. Well, all right, two geeks in a nerd production. Thank you for being here. I won't call my grandmother a thought, but my mama was the only one that knew her daddy, and she met him at 20. Y'all telling all y'all family business. Y'all are telling all y'all family business. Oh my God. G Smith, stop. G Smith is on probation. Put her in the corner. Put G Smith in the corner. I am not with you. You said she is. My granny loves some D and would trade her family. I'm not. G Smith, you want punishment. You are punishment. Woo! Oh, y'all are I can't. Oh God. I cannot with y'all tonight. G Smith is on punishment. She is on punishment. Okay. Ooh. Okay. 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 Whew. Okay. Right. Whitehead married to Marilyn Monroe's ex-husband. Child. He got a better chance of that man claiming him than Arthur Miller family. Child. Whew. Okay. I need some water. I'm not playing these games with y'all tonight. I cannot. I need some drink. Okay. Whew. Okay. So they get into, like I said, they get into more over there. I just gave y'all the highlights because again, y'all know I don't just take people's content. I take a little bit to get y'all what I need to give my people. And then if y'all want the whole kit and caboodle, y'all can go over to a Gift and a Curse podcast and get the whole caboodle. And like I said, she stays on that man's neck. So it's a whole bunch of videos on her channel dealing with Whitehead. She actually streams his service on Sundays and does her commentary during his church service. It is quite entertaining. If I must say so myself. She's quite entertaining. Okay. So y'all check her out, please. And like I said, y'all let her know that I sent. Matter of fact, hold on, let me check out something real quick. Because she has 786 subscribers. Y'all, she's trying to. I don't. You know what? I don't know if she's trying to get monetized or not. But I'm pretty sure she is. So if y'all go over there and y'all like what y'all see, y'all go ahead and subscribe and help her get to her 1,000 subscribers. Because I know she got the watch hours because she's been doing her podcast for months. So I'm sure she's got the hours. But y'all help her get monetized over there. Okay. Now let's get to a couple of updates before we reconvene for the night. I mean, I said reconvene. See, I got me all discombobulated. Before we convene for the night, okay? So Pam Esquire, child. Pam been gone for a couple of weeks, but Pam has been on it today. She went live last night and gave us some updates on Bishop Whitehead's legal cases. And then she went live. She live right now. It's her third time today. But she went live earlier to talk about this article that we just talked about. And then she also came back to give us an update on the case dealing with the church where he kicked the people out of the church. So let me give y'all a couple of updates. Now, as always, y'all know, head on over to Pam Esquire Law Intellect channel. Y'all know she's a friend of the channel. She's been over here. She gave, she came up here 3 or 4 days in a row to give us the breakdown of the Tory Lanez Meg Thee Stallion case, okay? And she was in the courtroom giving us the play-by-play. And we found out when a lot of that evidence was released, that everything she told us was right on point. You were in the chat on Pam's channel. Okay, lovely 31. Yeah. So I was in there, but I was laying down. I was listening, so I wasn't reading the chat. But hey, girl, hey. So let's go through the different legal cases that she covered. The first legal case that she covered, she talked about the apartment building he has in Connecticut. Remember, it was in foreclosure. Now, I thought it was gone. I thought that he had lost it. But it sounds like his attorneys have filed. Listen, if you want the legal breakdown, she's got it all. She reads you the legal stuff. She explains what the words mean and all that. I'm going to just give y'all the overview, okay? Basically, what I was able to surmise is that in the state of Connecticut, there are these different things that you can do when it comes to these foreclosure procedures. So his attorneys were able to present basically a rebuttal to the company that is trying to foreclose on the apartment buildings in Connecticut. And the judge has until, I want to say she said April, to respond. So as of right now, technically he is still the owner. The foreclosure has not been concluded. But if the judge sides with the company, the lender, that he is in default, then he will lose those apartments in Connecticut. That's the best of my understanding. Again, y'all can check out Pam and she breaks it all down for you. But that's April. I think the judge has until April to make a decision on all of the letters and the rebuttal and the paperwork and all of that. So that's number one. Number two, the block is on the block, child. Exactly. Number two, as far as his federal indictment fraud case, remember he was out on bail, and a stipulation to his bail is that he would have no contact with any of the defendants or witnesses that are connected with his case. But then his dumb tail sued the guy in the indictment, the guy that is saying he tried to bribe him. He extorted the $5,000 out of him and then tried to extort another $250,000 or something to that effect. He's saying that so he's suing him for, I don't remember, lying on him, defamation, child, I don't know. He's suing him. Essentially what he's trying to do is he's trying to sue this guy and get a summary judgment, which basically says you didn't do anything wrong. It was just a business transaction. It was valid and it was legal. He's trying to get that so that, of course, by the time his federal case comes along, he'll say, look, a court in New York decided that I didn't do anything wrong, that this was just a legal transaction and I didn't do anything wrong. That ain't going to happen. But because he's not supposed to have any contact with the accuser or any witnesses, him suing him technically is a violation of his bail agreement. So the lawyer filed a petition to the court basically stating that the state of New York, the feds need to give them a list of witnesses and defendants so that they know whether they're violating his bail, and that they need to stipulate in his bail agreement that until they get that list of names, he can't basically he can't be violated on his bail if he talks to or contacts one of them because he didn't know, because he doesn't have a list of people. Basically trying to cover his butt because he done sued this man and now he backtracking. Personally, I think they was listening to Pam, because Pam said that when she covered this law case about 2 weeks ago. Pam said that. I said, Pam, you telling these people too much. And she said, I'm telling these people too much. And her husband said, you telling these people too much, because they figured it out. And so we're waiting for the judge to make a decision on that. Now, basically what the prosecution's response was, that's not what we do. Like, we don't give out witness. Like, first of all, his bail agreement is a standard bail agreement. We didn't add any special language just for him. That's the standard bail agreement that everybody signs off on, that they're not going to have contact with the witnesses or the defendants in their case. That's the standard. They said, so no, we're not going to change the language for him because that's the standard we always use. And two, we don't give out the names. Like, that's standard as well. We're not about to sit here and give them a list of defendants and witnesses. That's not what we do. That's not how this works. So no, he doesn't get a list. Like, you know who you did. You know who you did what to. You know who the accusations are coming from, sir. Go sit down somewhere. So the judge, he also needs 2 co-signers on the bail. No info on that. Okay, thank you. Shanvir. I hope I'm saying your name right, babes. But yeah. So that's just a general synopsis. Like I said, y'all go over to Pam because Pam does a much better job of breaking down the legal than I do. Y'all know I didn't go to nobody's law school, so I'm giving y'all a summary of what I've picked up. Now, the last thing that I picked up from Pam, she came back and gave us an update on this whole church situation. Y'all, if y'all been following him, y'all know that he's back in a building now. He's no longer doing his services online, and he's in a different building. Well, he is in the building, from my understanding, he's in the building that he kicked that other church out of, right? He's using that building now. But that building is still in court because the church that he kicked out is still trying to get, they're saying that they were unlawfully kicked out. And so that is still, the judge still hasn't made it's still in court. Again, it's complicated because it's like a local case, then it's a federal case. They're trying to get it in it's complicated, but to make a long, complicated story short, it's still in litigation, and he still may end up losing that building because it sounds like they have a pretty interesting claim on why they're not guilty. Okay. I mean, why they were unlawfully put out and why they still should be in that building. It's a lot to it, y'all. It's a lot to it. But basically, this man got lawsuits coming and going. Okay. His house is in foreclosure. The Connecticut property is in foreclosure. The church is still in court. As far as we know, the wife is still gone. I mean, I have not been able to get any confirmation beyond a shadow of a doubt. Like, he hasn't said it and she hasn't said it publicly, but all signs look like she ain't in that house no more. She's still doing she's still not doing her morning prayer from that office that with the sparkly wallpaper. She's either in her car or she's in another place with the wall is white. It's like a blank wall. So, but I don't have any confirmation. So that's still very much allegedly. Was he renting the baby shower? Yeah, he was renting that space, child. Yeah, he wants to get online and worry about Larry Reid and King Johnson. He want to get online and talk about people. Every time I go over there when he live, he's just talking. He's like, anytime he's gotten into this habit now of every time somebody say something bad, he'll pull up their Instagram account and start clowning them. I'm like, sir, grow up. Like, that's not even about you being a bishop at this point. That's just about you being grown. Like, grow the hell up. If he was born in 1978, so you were in your 40s. Grow up. What is wrong with you? Am I right? 78, 88, 98, 2008, 20. Yeah, you were in your 40s, sir. Grow up. Like, somebody say something bad about you, so you pull up their Instagram account and you start clowning their pictures. You start showing people their pictures and start clowning them. Go sit down somewhere, sir. Thank you, Miss JD. I just like grow up. Like, it's so not even amusing. Like I said, that's not even about you being a bishop. That's just about you acting like you have some sense. But anyway, So y'all know, I just had to come through and give y'all the update, child. Like I said, if y'all tired of hearing about the bishop, I do understand. But y'all know he entertains me. And by the numbers on my videos, y'all are entertained too. So we're going to stay on his neck. Make sure y'all check out Pam. Make sure y'all check out A Gift and a Curse. Let me drop Pam's link. I dropped the Gift and the Curse link. It's pinned at the top. Let me drop Pam's link. And if you haven't already checked Pam out, y'all make sure y'all check her out. She puts in, because she does the work. She definitely does the work. And she breaks it all down. And like I said, y'all know she was giving us good content. Matter of fact, I'm gonna drop the link. Hold on, I'm gonna drop the link to her chat. This is the link to her channel, but I'm also gonna drop the link to that video, so y'all can just go straight to the video. Hold on. Share. Copy the link. So this is the link to the video that she did last night that has all of the legal updates. So y'all check it out. And y'all tell her I sent you. Now, y'all know how we do this. Y'all let them know that I sent you. It's 133 people in the chat. Shout out to you. If you could please hit that like button. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free 99. Both of those are ways that you can support my channel, for free. I appreciate y'all. Let me get out of here. I'm about to go watch RuPaul, child. Let me go watch RuPaul and get this Ready to Love situation together. But I will check y'all out. My schedule is pretty flexible this weekend, so I'll probably be back. Maybe tomorrow. I'll probably be back. So I'll talk to y'all later. Mwah! Peace.